Hey everyone.
Why are you short? Jesus Christ. Oh my god. We're never gonna finish.
Hey babes, welcome back to Broken Hearts. I'm Zen and this is Paulina.
And today we'll be talking about pet peeves and triggers. And we do have a disclaimer. This episode contains disturbing situations that contain domestic violence, abuse, and sexual assault that some people may find offensive.
So, we're probably gonna start with pet peeves first, since it's much lighter.
Yes.
Did you want to go first, or?
Yes, so I did a little research between a pet peeve and a trigger. And a pet peeve, it is something that a particular person finds annoying. So it's more like things that are just to your dislike and you don't really just find annoying basically.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the small things.
Mm-hmm.
The small things.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, yeah. Okay. So for me, some of my pet peeves often is people who chew very loud or they chew with their mouth open. That gets on my nerves.
My daughter's the same fucking way.
To no end. Like that.
Really? Oh my god, that's horrible because I feel like I chew like that. She gets so mad. My daughter hates it. Yeah.
It's like, I'm like, bro, please stop.
Close your mouth.
Yes, close your mouth. And also, some of the ones that I find offensive or that I don't like is, I don't know why, but like chipped nail polish. No, that's different.
Okay.
Because like, you know, it's like you have no control over it right now. But
Yeah.
like when I used to work for an after school program, and there was always this chick who had chipped nail polish on purpose.
What?
It was on purpose. Like it would be chipped off, you know, from the tips, and they would leave it like that for like weeks.
No.
And I'm like, honey, clean your hands, clean your nails. Damn. Do it, damn. And yeah, that's one of them. And, and another one that I have is people who are rude.
Yeah,
because that just gets on my nerves. Like, have common sense, human decency.
Yeah.
And particularly people who are know-it-all, or like they have that kind of attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because often when I've worked and dealt with people like this, because I've been, you know, in customer service before. And they think they're always right. They have to be right. And if they get caught doing something wrong, they won't accept it. And often when you try to tell them something, they don't want to get the help.
Yeah.
Or try to
acknowledge. Grow. Yeah, exactly. And what you just said right now, grow. But yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's annoying.
I feel like I used to be like that. But then I learned in a way, not in a hard way, but in order for me to like have people understand me and actually listen to me, I need to like set my pride down and be like, oh yeah, well, I shouldn't be like too much of a know-it-all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think that is kind of annoying. If I don't like it, then I'm pretty sure other people wouldn't like it on me. So
yeah,
I get it. Oh my gosh. There's three things you might not like about me.
No. No, but like, see, you know that you needed a change.
Yes.
So that's good, but no, there's some people that are just, they do not care. They're so fucking stubborn about it. I'm like, okay, then just get out of my face.
Yeah, it's just
get out of my face. Yeah. What about you though?
For me, for my pet peeves are like, I feel bad though, because then I won't get invited to people's houses.
When they smell like food.
Yeah, so remember how I always ask you, like, when you walk in the door, like, how does my house smell? You know, like, I want people to know that's not always here, because obviously people that live here, the smell is neutral now, right? Mm-hmm. So we can't fucking smell it anymore. And then, since I have a dog, I want to make sure that my fucking house doesn't smell like a damn dog either, or food. Food's fine in a way, but like, you know, like the stinky food, like sometimes it just like, you know, it has that smell, like the fishy stuff, like tuna, for example, because I made tuna the other night, like that. I don't want to like to smell like that the rest of the night or fucking the next day. So that's, for example, so the smell of people's houses or sometimes cars, like most of like the people's cars that I've been in, they actually smell really good because of the little air fresheners.
Oh, when I was trying to open the coconut one yesterday.
Is that why?
Yeah. That's what I was like.
Oh no, but your car smelled really good even before you opened that. But like yeah, like stuff like that, like the smell of people's houses, like if it smells like dog or food, especially the like smellier food, like I think it just annoys me. Like I don't even want to bear to go into their house. I know it's like probably like rude of me to even be like that, but I don't say anything. I just don't like it.
You're just like, I'm gonna be outside.
Yeah, I think I'll just have some fresh air. So yeah, so it's that, and you know, you were saying about like rude people. Well, mine is more like lack of communication, because the way I see it, I feel like I over communicate, which I think for some people they find it annoying, like my boyfriend. But sometimes, like, you know, that's all I want to know is like either like just tell me if you're gonna be running late, and it doesn't even have to necessarily be in my relationship. It's my relationship, my friendship, you know, even in your family members, you know, like you want everybody to communicate with you well, not like flake on you last minute, you know what I mean? Or answer your damn messages like how many hours later.
I feel so bad. I do that a lot of the times.
Oh, you do? Oh,
well,
no. It's not towards you. It's just like, this is just how I feel. Like,
yeah.
Well, this is not between us, you know? Yeah, this is just in general. This is everybody. Yeah. Please answer your messages, because even though I'm fucking busy at work, when I used to have work, I do take my time, just a little fast text, so that way it's out of the way. It gets out of the way, you know? Yeah. So that way all your messages don't build up at the end of the night, and you have to respond to so many people. And sometimes you're not even feeling it at the end of the night. You just like want to fucking go to sleep, go home, go to sleep, and not even deal with it. And then more messages come. So it's like, you know, it's kind of like emails. You know, you don't want all those emails like building up, and you just get to it, and then
you're like, fuck, what did I do?
Yeah. So I guess it has to say like with like ghosting, and like ghosting your own friends, or I know, right?
No, or family. Yeah, because that's it. It happens more often than you think, actually. Yeah, and with the whole communication too. Actually, I feel bad because I did that to a guy yesterday, where we were supposed to go hang out, but I got distracted with
other things,
with my family stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, and then like I didn't realize till like late the night into the night, like I was supposed to tell him that I couldn't make it, and I totally forgot. So yeah, my bad. Okay.
Yes. Just in case.
Yay.
So yeah, lack of communication, and like I said, I think it just has to do with a lot of people's behavior, you know? And it all goes back to everything that we go back to, which is like our past and our psychological issues, and the reason why some people don't like want to like respond or whatever. But please respond to me, especially if you're my friend, because you're my friend for a reason. And I don't like that. That's one thing I don't like, for else. Like, just respond, and then that's it. I mean, if you're going through something, at least tell me. Some people do, you know, like they're probably going through something at the moment, and I get it, but just say, hey, you know, I don't feel like talking. Even though you don't feel like texting, just don't leave me hanging either, because then it affects me. It goes both ways too, because it does affect me, and then like I feel bad, and I start venting to my boyfriend, and he doesn't like it.
Pobrecito. Oh.
I know. So yeah, so that was it with pet peeves, but
with pet peeves.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the easier topic, huh?
That's so much. Yeah, it's a little easier to talk about because it's just little annoying things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But since we are moving on to triggers, which is something more, it is something much more
sensitive.
Sensitive, yes. Yeah. It says more sensitive topics, and yeah, we did say the disclaimer. So if there are certain things within the disclaimer that trigger you, please pause it, take a break, whatever it is that you need. And so I did look up as well for triggers, and what I found about what the trigger is on the definition, according to the Cambridge English Dictionaries, something that causes someone to feel upset and frightened because they are made to remember something bad that has happened in the past. And so therefore, and I also looked up that often triggers are either sounds, smell, or touch. And actually, the one that is smell is called the Proust effect, and that is due to how close the olfactory processing system is close to the memory hub in the brain. So that's why often smell can't be triggering to certain people.
That I know. Yeah.
Yes, and I believe we should take that shot now because we're about to dive in.
All right.
We're about to dive into this.
Take a little sip, a little shot.
Now me, mommy, I need the whole damn thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've become very tolerant to that now. It's like
That
water
tequila.
to me.
Woo.
Yeah. Okay, so do you want me to start?
Are you gonna go into smells first? Let me just make a little quick comment first, because I won't go into it, and then I'll let you go into yours. When you said you talked about smell, I didn't even write it down, but I forgot that the smell of Brute, if anyone knows what that is, it's like the men's aftershave cologne. That's what my dad used to wear, and every time I smell that on any guy, and it's usually like probably the older men that wears it now. I don't think the younger guys wear it, but when I smell that, it does have a trigger on me, and when I worked at my store, we sell it. So if I do even go in that aisle and that happened to be there, even just looking at it, but just the bottle,
You can automatically smell
I
it.
smell the bottle, like even though it's not even open, like it just, and then I think of my dad, and it's not like I'm saying anything bad about my dad, but I do have a history with my dad, and we're not going to talk about it in this episode, but maybe later on. But yes, every time I do smell that, I just get, the word trigger, it just triggers me, and I don't like it. And it's in a bad way, not in a good way. It's just fucking, I'm like, oh.
It takes you back.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so for me, like I've mentioned in previous episodes, a big part of my life was a lot of things that happened that caused my depression, my anxiety, is because of my dad as well. I won't dive too deep into it, but he was very abusive, and a lot of smells that trigger me are because of him. So he is a carpenter, and often he would make me and my siblings go work with him because to go help him, and often when I smell, for example, when I smell sawdust or when I smell paint or primer, it automatically triggers me and I get a panic attack like on the moment. That's why I stay away from furniture stores and Home Depot.
Oh, really?
And Lowe's, because just I'm so scared that it's gonna trigger me, and because often with my panic attacks, I do pass out. I just black
It gets
out.
that bad.
It gets that bad, especially because the smell is just very strong, and often a lot of the verbal abuse that I got from him was when I was helping him work, and so that's why it brings back. And even not that long ago, I heard, this was maybe about a year ago, sir, that we were on the phone and he was talking to me and he started yelling at me, cussing at me, telling me all this nasty things. And just hearing his voice is very triggering for me as well.
Yeah.
Like when he starts shouting, because it takes me back to my childhood, and that's a big major for me. To the specific smells. And also another trigger that I have with smells is a specific Axe body spray.
A specific one?
Yeah.
Like what?
I think it was because they have different ones, but it's like the very first, the original Axe
that came out.
It's
either the blue or the green, that's all I know.
Yeah, one of those. But because he used to wear that.
If you guys know what it is, can you
let us know.
Let us know what
Let
it
us
is.
know. Yeah. And also another cologne that he used was a curved one that came like in a green bottle.
I know that smell.
Like
one of my exes used to wear that, so I know.
I'm like, no.
So that trigger that smell triggers.
That's a trigger for me as well. It's like I stay away from that. So often, like when guys wear cologne, I like it. You know, for me that's a big plus for me. Like, so if you smell good, I'll be like, okay, so what's good.
But if you
have that shit on, that axe or that curve, I'll be like, bye.
Yes.
Deuces, bitch.
Yeah. Don't ruin the freaking cologne, guys. So if you're wearing some nice ass cologne, some good one, don't fucking ruin it, because then we're gonna fucking hate it.
Yeah.
It's gonna trigger us.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. And then also another smell for me that triggers me would be, I don't know if you ever got to smell it, the Glow by J-Lo.
I think I have.
Yeah. So
why?
it's sad because that specific perfume, my mom got it for me when I was, I think I was 8 or 9 when it had just come out, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I never really used it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was 13 years old, I wore it to a party.
Mm-hmm.
So at the time I was 13 years old, and it was just me and my dad. We were living by ourselves. My mom and my other siblings, they weren't living with us at the time. I need a little moment to gather myself, my thoughts. But so I snuck out and I went to a party. One of my friends, she had a older sister. They came and picked me up. My dad, well, actually, I don't think, he wasn't with me at the time. He was somewhere and he wasn't home. So I went out, and during that party, there was much older guys. I think some of them were like high school or even early college years, I think. It's the nice a bit of a blur, because right as soon as we got there, they started giving us drinks. And what I remember is that she took me back. So the party was at one of her neighbor's house. And so she saw that I was out of it, fucking 13-year-old, you're giving her liquor like left and right. So I was out of it. And I remember, from what, it's still fuzzy to this day, but I remember being taken back to her house, and either she or her sister laid me down on a bed. I can't remember what room it was, but they laid me down, and I was just like, okay, I'm in a bed, I'm going to sleep. And I wake up with somebody covering my mouth and lifting up my dress.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm still drunk, I'm still out of it, but the only thing I'm connecting to that moment is the touch, what I'm feeling, that I'm being touched, and the smell of my own perfume on me.
Oh, makes sense.
So,
ooh.
Yeah, I was assaulted that night. And the morning after, I remember waking up. Of course, I was sore. And I didn't know what to do. And I could still smell that fucking perfume on me.
Oh my God.
I could still smell it. So from that day, my friend didn't even know that happened either. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to react.
You didn't tell nobody? You didn't?
No.
Oh, wow.
And nobody knew. Nobody knew at the time. And then finally, I got home when they dropped me off like around, it was still dark, I think, at the time. So it might have been like between 5 and 6 a.m. They're like, oh yeah, we need to get you back home. So they dropped me off, and I threw away that bottle.
Oh shit.
So since then, I cannot smell that, because that triggers that memory. And from there, yeah, like I completely changed. It changed me completely. And from there, like in high school, I told maybe 2, 3 friends of mine, but we were kids, so we didn't know what to do with that. And my family didn't know till I was much older. Yeah, like my mom, I didn't tell her till I was maybe 22, 23 years old. And she's like, I knew it. Something happened that changed. She's like, I saw the change in you.
Your behavior.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because after that, I was a horrible child. I would misbehave. I talked back. That changed,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was difficult for me to deal, and I didn't know what to do. And it sucks because when I told my dad about the story as well, he straight out said to my face, "That's not my fault." And that also for me was a trigger, just the way he says things, his tone. Because like your child is telling you something that changed her life, and your automatic response is, "That's not my fault." That hurt. And that's yeah. And then again, his own words triggered me back to that as well.
I don't know if we have any parents here that's listening, but if you guys have girls, I'm gonna fucking say this. You better take care of your girls. Take care of your little girls. I swear to God. Because it will fuck them up one day. I'm not saying don't take care of your boys too. Of course, take care of your boys, but your girls, take care of your girls. Because some of us are strong and some of us aren't, and it just goes downhill from there.
Yeah.
So I'm very, it sucked. It fucking sucks ass that you had to go through that. Like you went through that at 13. My daughter's 12. I can't even imagine her having that happen to her. I would cry if she tells me that. You know what I mean? Like I'm already getting so angry just hearing your story. Like that would piss me off. Like I would do something about it. I wouldn't be like, that's your fault. I would never say that.
Yeah.
That would suck. But yeah, I would do anything as much as I can to help my daughter if she went through that. Just just help her. You know what I mean? In any kind of way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think we need a break. We are back. And so moving on from that, also for me, triggers that for me often is sound, and for me often is the song YouTube. What is it? I think it's called In the Name of Love or something like that.
I think I've heard of it. Should I look it up?
It's YouTube. The band
YouTube. And two.
Yeah, YouTube with Bono. I love the man, but that song I can never listen to it because also it triggers me and it reminds me of my dad. So I cannot listen to it. I cannot. I'll be like, nope, change it.
What's the song?
I think it's one of their most popular songs, but one of the lyrics is called In the Name of Love. Something like that. I should have looked up the damn name. I should have. Yeah, I cannot listen to that song. And it's a good song, which kind of sucks, but yeah, I cannot.
Is it With or Without
Add the
You?
new
Oh
Google
God,
widget
you guys did
right
not
to your
hear
home
that.
screen and start your
Shit.
search back.
Oh Lord.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, shut up. No. God, wait. Stop. Stop. Technical difficulties.
Hey, I'm Hillary Duff. from
Why are
the
you
Midwest.
showing me ads? Okay, yeah, that's enough. Oh Lord. Yeah, I'm still getting used to the damn iPad. I haven't used it in a long time, so yeah. Hang on.
I see.
Oh, you can tell, right? Oh
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And I'm back to this.
Don't you have Spotify?
Oh, I was
Yes.
gonna look it up on YouTube.
Okay.
The song.
Yeah.
Why are you showing Hillary Duff? What the fuck? Okay, you know what? We can look at it later.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what were you saying? The song.
Yeah, the
The
song.
song.
I cannot listen to that song. Yeah, and for me, sounds as well is like metal when it hits something that does like a bang sound. That also triggers me. Because that also reminds me of my dad. As you can tell, the pattern here, my triggers are sounds that remind me of my dad. Daddy issues.
Daddy issues.
Yeah.
Well, yes. I was gonna say that if you didn't say that, it's basically all about anything that just reminded you of your dad, like anything.
Yeah.
Smell, sound, whatever, you know.
Yeah, even and the smell of cigarettes.
Did he used to be a smoker?
Heavy smoker.
Oh yeah.
So right, it physically makes me sick. My stomach hurts. I start coughing. I get sick. I feel nauseous. I can't take it. So if I date someone, you cannot be a smoker. I'll be like
cigarette smoker at least. No, I'm just kidding. But my ex-husband, he was a cigarette smoker, and I did not like that. Yeah. So the smell, it's disgusting. But it's not like it's a trigger. But I know what you mean in a way. Like I wouldn't stand it on anyone else, and I have a good sense of smell, because I guess because my other senses are fucked up, like my eyes.
Mine too.
Oh yeah.
I'm blind as a bat. I mean, it's nothing to be happy about, but it's true. Like
I know, like we're all squinting over here.
even with contacts, I'm like, ¿qué? Excuse me? What?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. So, what are some of your triggers for you?
Well, mine is like in general is just macho men. Like, do you have a different definition for that? For macho men?
Well, the Spanish word is machista.
Okay, then that's all you have to say. If most of our listeners are Hispanic, then that's what it is. But in English, it's macho men, and they were guys like my dad, a few of my uncles, my older brother, and like I'm not saying like, well, let me take out my older brother, because my older brother's not like that anymore. But you know, maybe back then he was, because of like, you know, the influence. But now when I see it, like if I see like guys like that, it just triggers me. It could be like in a store, you know, grocery shopping, and just like looking at, like just seeing that vibe and feeling the vibe, and they're just seeing how they look. It triggers me, because it reminds me of my dad, or just other men in general, and they're usually the men of abuse, and that's how I see it.
Yeah.
Abuse, and it doesn't have to be physical abuse. It's more like very controlling, you know.
Oh, yes.
Like, yo, you can't wear this going out. You can't talk to a guy. You can't be friends with a guy. You can't. They're just very controlling, and I just don't like guys like that. And even though I'm not with one, I just like, if I see any of my friends with those kind of guys, it's just like it triggers me.
Yeah.
It's like, like I don't even want to, like, if you want to still be with that guy, go ahead, but
you're gonna distance yourself.
Yeah. So yeah, you choose. You know, that's the life you're gonna choose. That's, you know, that's your choice. But I'm gonna step out of it, because I get so like fucked up in there.
It's a trigger.
Yeah.
It really is, and often people don't realize it, but you have to take care of yourself first. You come first for yourself. That's how it should be.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody is threatening, you know, your well-being, whether it be physical, mental, whatever it is, it's okay to pull yourself back and take a step back and just let them know, this way or that way, that's not good for me, and I need to step away. I can't be around you right now. Because I've had to do that with a couple of people too as well. Just I had a friend that, yeah, he was a smoker, and even though he was one of my best friends at the time, I told him, dude, I can't be around you because of that smell. You're making me sick, and you're just triggering me
You're
right
taking
now.
me back.
You're taking me back, and I know it's not your fault.
Yeah.
And that's your habit.
Yeah.
But
bad habit.
I can't be around you.
Right.
I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it was difficult being married because he was a smoker as well.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
he did stop for a while, but
You went back.
yeah.
Anyway.
I believe he did, but even then, I would tell him I can't take the smell. It makes me sick. I would get sick, and I couldn't take it.
I get it. I know that smell. Ugh.
It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Another trigger, and I think not all the time, but I think most of the macho men, that I knew. The thing that I don't like, even if it's girls that say it too, especially girls, like why say that, is this word or two words that come to my head, and it's calm down.
Oh my
Once you tell, and like I know this is like there's a lot of fucking memes out there about like, you know,
when you tell your girl to calm down.
yeah. Oh, it's on. Like I will go ape shit if you tell me to calm down when I'm already like furious. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You don't say that to anyone. You know, you don't. Like, I'm not a licensed therapist, like I said. Okay, you guys know that. But don't. Like, those are fucking words that you don't say to anyone that's fucking on fire at the moment. That's probably the last thing you say is calm down. Yeah. Because that just pisses them even more. So that, I don't know why, but like if anyone says that to me, calm fucking down, like
I'll show you calm, bitch.
Oh my god, I don't know why it triggers me so bad, but everybody sees that. Like, I will fucking go ape shit. I don't know why I do go ape shit, but it just, I don't know. It's just so much. There was so much like anger in me. Like, oh my god, I'm even like just like so mad talking about it. Like, calm down.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yes.
Ugh. I just want to punch a person. I'm not violent, okay? But I just want to punch a person when they say that.
No, yeah, I think there should be a balance when you don't need to hit anyone, but if the moment calls for it, that they need to be hit or punched or something or pushed, just fucking do it, because some people deserve. Do you have any idea how many people I know that I should have fucking bitch slapped into fucking the next day, but I didn't. Mostly because it was work.
Well, yeah, that's where it will come from. People from work.
Yes. Yes.
Calm down. Calm down. Oh, Jesus. Calm your face. Jesus Christ. So, yeah.
The way people just test your patience sometimes. It's ridiculous.
There are other words, though. But that's one of the biggest ones. Like, I think we said this earlier. You talked about this earlier. And I want to bring it up. And it's just like last minute. I told you so. That's another one.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I told you so. I told you so and calm down are like two trigger words for me. And I know like you were bringing it up for a personal issue. And I won't bring that up, obviously. But on my side, like, I know when somebody tells me I told you so, I fucking hate it. But I hate it because I know they're right and I don't want them to be right. And I know everybody can relate to me on this one. You don't want other people to be right because you're ultimately the one making the decision, and it's like either your decision or their decision, and obviously you want to go with your decision. And if that decision fucks up and they say I told you so, you don't want to look like the stupid ass. Yeah,
like
dumbass, stupid ass, whatever, same. So yeah, that's another one I forgot to mention, but I did mention it. So the last thing that triggers me, and I am going to bring this. So this is like this is going to be a story for me now. So you had your story and I'm going to have this story. And, well, ultimately it's just anytime I get into the car with somebody and they drive, I'm always bracing myself. I always have like, they can make like a sudden stop and I'll fucking freak out.
Oh, like yesterday.
So, yeah. But I thought I told you about this, that I had like I feel like I have PTSD. I don't know if it is PTSD, but I feel like it is PTSD because back in 2017 I was in a car accident, right? It wasn't a bad accident, but it did fuck me up. All right. So mentally, because that was the first accident that I've ever been in. I've witnessed and I've seen accidents in front of me, and I'm always grateful that I was never in one until that day in 2017. And you know, it was bad enough that's like my worst year ever, which we're gonna bring up in another episode, which is our worst year. It's bad enough that 2017 was my worst year. I had a fucking car accident that year, and it just, after that accident, every time I would go to sleep, it would replay in my head. So it would bother me, and it really is fucking trauma, you know. So this wasn't recent, but it was probably like a few months ago. Excuse me, I'm sorry. My boyfriend, he was driving, and I don't know if like a car came out of nowhere. It almost hit us. Almost. It didn't hit us.
Oh my.
And just even like that, like I'll hold on to the, what is that thing called? That handle?
Oh,
the handle up here.
Yeah.
The car.
You know what we talking about.
Yeah, the handle. I'll hold on to it really, and I'll scream. I'll really scream, and I screamed in front of him. And that one, it broke me down, and I cried. I cried just that it didn't even hit us, but I cried because it took me to an instant flashback to my accident, and I know I needed a moment to calm down, and I was just like, fuck, I know this didn't happen right now. It almost did, but imagine if it did. It's just like, I don't even know how I would have reacted if we actually got into an accident. But since we didn't, I just let it out. I screamed, I let it out, and I felt better in a weird way. I felt better that I like screamed it out, because I had to. Like it took me back, and I felt like I relived my accident again. So, but it's every time I go into anyone's car. Even if I'm in if I ordered a Lyft or an Uber, like if they freaking sucked ass at driving, I will rate them fucking 1 star. I should give them 0 stars, but I can't. But you know what I mean? Like I freak out. If they start speeding over like some stupid, like unnecessary, like I don't know, just something, because maybe they're like pissed off at the other driver and they just fucking just try to pass them just so they can get into an exit. But like just certain things, when I'm a passenger, it just freaks me out. So just people who drive me. So the only way that I can control it, which I can't this year because I don't have my license, is if I drive. So if I drive, I feel like if I'm in total control, I'm okay. But if somebody's in control of, you know, the vehicle, my eyes are always on the road with you. If I can't be on the phone, I can't like talk, I feel like I'm gonna distract the person, and I don't want that to happen. And
oh, and I drive like crazy sometimes. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. You were in the street the whole time, but even in the streets, I do get scared. 35 miles per hour, I still get scared.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it too, I was also in a car accident. It wasn't as bad. That reminds me, I wanted to ask you, did you have to, if you don't mind me asking, did you have to be like hospitalized from that accident?
No, I didn't, but I went there just to check, to do some like x-rays and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, just to make sure you were okay.
Yeah, because they say that even though you were in an accident, you don't feel the impact right away, but you'll feel it later because of all of the adrenaline. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you'll feel it later. So I had good friends to advise me, just go check up on yourself right away. So that was the good part. But no, I nothing. Everything came out normal. It was just more like I was fucked up in the head because of that.
Yeah, it's
more than physically. Yeah.
It is a traumatic experience. It's trauma. Yeah, but yeah, when I believe I was 19 or 20 at the time, I was in a car accident too. I got rear-ended pretty bad. Oof. To the point where, I don't know, yeah, I think you know that on Highland, that bridge over the 54 freeway? Yeah, so I used to work by there, by the Walmart, actually. I used to work by there. And I was going to work, and I remember I was on that bridge, and it became a red light, and so I stopped, and I just hear like the screeching of brakes trying to, like that.
like that.
Yeah, I did not want to make that sound. I hear that, and then next thing you know, boom! I feel the impact. Like my whole car it got so fucked up. My huevito. My bumper was tucked in, and then my whole front car was like dented in from hitting the car in front of me. So I was the only one that came out pretty fucked up. And yeah, the hearing of the screeching of brakes like that triggers me to that accident. My neck was fucked up for a while because of that as well.
Ooh.
And of course, I got yelled at because I was in a car accident. Y'all can guess from who.
Daddy?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It sucks. But yeah, so yeah, I in a way, I can't relate to that. So for a while, I could not drive by myself.
Oh, really?
Because of that.
I knew I had to keep going. I had to because, you know, I have to go to work. But I had no choice. And they say it's actually bad if you get into an accident, like either motorcycle or car accident, that you shouldn't be like, you know what I mean?
Scared
like,
to drive.
You should just keep going. You know what I mean? Like to make it feel better. I don't know, but there's like a lot of people that were motorcyclists that would tell me that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Kind of.
I don't know. They would just say, just keep going. Don't stop. Because then it's gonna like later down the line, it's gonna probably fuck you up more. But I am still fucked up no matter what. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you this story. I'm gonna get more into this story because I don't want to talk about it on the other episode that we're gonna be talking about. So this accident, I was coming from a friend's house, and
you were heading home?
I was heading home in the morning, 7 o'clock. So I spent the night at this person's house. That person will remain anonymous. And I was, okay, do you know where Skyline is? Everybody knows where fucking Skyline is. That's all I have to say is Skyline, right? I was in Skyline like around 6:30, between 6:30 and 6:40 maybe, or 6:45 in the morning. It's like, shit, I gotta go home. So I'm driving there, taking the streets, not even on the freeway. And, you know, I had a good night before, so I'm all like driving all good, you know, like, you know, all positive and shit, and all awake. So I'm driving back home. And you know, the lights are they're doing me a favor because it's all green. I'm like, oh shit, you know, it's good morning
it's
already.
A good
it's a good fucking morning.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I thought it was gonna be, a good fucking morning. And it was all green, right? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the corner of my eye, I see this fucking big black SUV flying. And you know, it's like so last minute, you know. And my shit's still green, and I'm all like, what the fuck? It's flying. You know, I would think like he was gonna stop last minute, but he wasn't. He fucking flew, and this is what happened. Like, he flew, and I literally like T-boned him. Oh. And it scared me because even though it was his fault, it scared me because I thought someone was gonna die in that car.
Yeah. From the impact.
Yeah, from the impact. And not only that, the fucking SUV flipped. It flipped like, I don't know how many times it flipped, but it fucking flipped, and it landed on its side.
Oh no.
And so I fucking, since I hit the middle and he was going fast, he pulled me. So I had like I forgot what I had, a Jeep Cherokee. It was an old one, and it took me with him while he flipped, and like mine, like basically my car U-turned, right? That's what it did. And so as it U-turned, I fucking parked the car safely, and I didn't want to get out because I was so fucking scared. But I did call 911 right away, and you know, luckily there was a police station right down the road, but there's also police, you know, roaming back and forth. I mean, it's fucking Skyline, right? So, so luckily they were there already on the scene. So I'm still in the fucking car just waiting to be like fucking either like them telling me the bad news, but I knew I had to wait. I didn't want to like be dramatic and be like, oh my god, you know, like all that stuff. I just waited for them to handle it, you know, handle it the way they're supposed to. And then talk to me. So I waited. There was a bystander that asked me. He was riding his bike and he asked me, "Hey, are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm okay. I'm shaky, but I'm okay. I don't know about that other person."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, he's okay. He got out of the car." And I looked. That's when I finally looked back, and I looked back, and this guy was on the cement with his hand cuffed.
Oh.
And I'm still waiting for the cops for them to come to me. And
Yeah.
I was like, "Can you do me a favor to this bystander?" Right? Like, "Can you call one of the cops for me? Because, like, I'm the one that hit him. Like, you know, like, I'm taking responsibility, right?"
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm the one that hit him, even though he's the one that ran the red light, right?
Yeah.
So they came over to me and asked me, you know, so what happened, my story. And I told them every freaking detail. And they said, "Well, if there's anything else, just let us know. Otherwise, you're good to go." I'm like, "Good to go? Like, don't I have to do something?" I've never been in an accident, so I don't know what the fuck the steps are, you know?
Yeah.
I guess I was supposed to call my insurance and all that stuff, but otherwise, like, I was good to go. And they took him away.
Yeah. Well, from what I'm hearing, what you're telling me, the accident was his fault because that's the driver that he ran a red light.
Yeah.
And it was your right away because you had the green light, so it's his fault that happened.
Oh, let me tell you more of the story.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah, so
oh nee.
Yeah, there's much more to the story. So yes, I was good to go, but I found out later through the police report, like months later, I read it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw his statement and I see my statement. And my statement is like this long and his statement is this short. And why is that? Because he was under the influence. He was drunk.
Oh.
So that's how he climbed out of the car, okay, because he was so numb.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, months later, I'm the one that's fucking furious because I can't imagine if my kids were actually with me. You know, I have 2 kids, and if that happened when I had my kids, you know, like, I don't even know how I would have reacted. So it was a good thing that they weren't with me that weekend, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he ran a red light. He had prior
convictions?
Yes. He didn't have his license.
Ooh, so
he was
no
drinking.
License, driving under the influence,
He was,
prior convictions.
Yeah,
or convictions or charges?
I think charges, but this was his 5th time because the police told me that in person. Yeah. His 5th time, but so now they're gonna book and confine him. That's what they told me. That's the only thing they told me about him. And on top of that, it wasn't his car. So I felt so bad for the person that owned that car because they were trying to sue me. I remember this. They were trying to sue me and
to repair the car and stuff.
Yeah, fuck that. No. But because they, you know, I had my whole statement,
mm-hmm.
They were on my side.
Yeah.
And let me tell you what he said if I remember it. I'm gonna try to remember so bad. Hang on. I think he said,
"You want some blueberries for the memory?"
Right.
Sorry. I know it's like
Hang on.
I'm sorry.
He said this orange. It was like a small car. I'm assuming it's like a Camry or something. And I didn't even have a car. I had an SUV. So he said this orange car, Camry, just came out of nowhere and hit me, and it just took off. And I was literally right there at the scene. He said I took off. He didn't even notice me. That's how fucked up he was.
Oh,
That's
no.
his whole sentence.
Mm-mm.
So yeah.
See, it's very important. Don't be driving drunk.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But
even a little buzz, you never know.
So yeah, those that just being on the road fucking triggers me, and because of all that shit that happened with me and between me and him,
mm-hmm.
between the stories, everything just pisses me off. Like with the car, I'm like, just fucking slow the fuck down. Life's too short. We're not trying to die right now, okay? You know, just chill. No rushing. That's why I like to, you know, like a lot of my friends, they're very last minute to come to like parties or whatever. I'm always the one early because I give it a cushion just in case some shit happens on the road or whatever, you know. Because of all my experiences, that's what makes me who I am today. Because without the accident, I wouldn't have been more like
Cautious?
on time.
Oh,
I want to say more on time. How about that?
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Punctual.
I'm very cautious.
Punctual.
Yeah,
There you go.
punctual. Yes. Like if anyone says come at this time to a party, I will be there on the dot. I won't be there 30 minutes or 40 minutes or 2 hours later. I will be there. If you tell me 7:00, I'll be there at probably 7:00.
Like when we both showed up at 7:00 at Jonah's house.
Yes.
I remember that shit.
But I was like, oh man, you're just like me. I come on time. But yeah, that's me. If you give me a time, I will be there at that time. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing with my trigger, and I will not talk about this story for our future episode, which is like the worst year. So
Dang. So now we know part of it, or part of that.
yeah,
year.
all I have to say like later on is like, oh, that accident that I mentioned in episode 6. Yeah.
It's crazy because often people don't realize sometimes that they are being triggered as well. Because also for me, so about let's see, so yeah, so for 4.5 years I was working in a medical lab, and I was in the department that's considered a sessioning. And so often in that area of that lab, everything you could hear across. Like if somebody's loud enough, like me when I talk or laugh, they'll hear me across the damn lab. That laugh, yeah. And I didn't even know about the metal banging. I didn't even know that was a trigger till I actually heard it. Because how the lab is set up, it was that there was these sliding doors that's where they would deliver the specimen that would need to be accessioned and receive and all that. And once you go in, there's that area, and then there's a table where they sort everything out. And often there was an older man, he's a really good friend actually of mine, that he would bang his box cutter knife on the table. Ooh. So he used to hear the bang, clack, clack, clack. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even know that was a trigger till that happened. Ooh. And so right when I would hear the bang, I just like fucking like how like an automatic like twitch tick. I swear it was the most random shit that started happening. I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I twitching? And I realized that the banging of that, it was a trigger, because there was an incident when I was helping my dad out, that a metal something banged and I got injured. And right after that injury, he beat the shit out of me.
Oh my gosh.
Because to him, that was him a way to discipline me to not do that again.
But it wasn't accident.
Exactly. I was a fucking kid, for Pete's sakes.
For real.
And that's when I realized hearing like any type of metal bang is a trigger. And I would often ask, please, don't bang that knife. I know it's a habit, but please don't. And he would do it, not taking it serious. So every time I would hear it, I just hear the fucking twitch and just try to get over it, because I cannot keep asking him. I don't know if he'll ever get to hear this, but, or maybe even some of people that know me from there, I don't know if any of them at some point saw me twitching and shit. It's because of that, the metal banging. And I didn't even realize it till then. And this was maybe, how long ago? Like maybe 3 years ago that I realized that. Yeah, about three years ago. It was insane. But also with triggers too, it's good. It's, from what I learned, is that it's good to know your triggers, so you know how to pull yourself back.
Yes, definitely.
From the flash, like you said, like the flashback or the emotion. And it's good. And also, if you guys want to share any of your stories, we're here to listen as well. And
you guys can You can comment on the video. I don't know about how it goes with the podcast, but you can always share either privately or if you want to post it publicly on our Facebook page and Instagram page.
Yeah, because also not a lot of people are aware that they're being triggered as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good.
Yeah,
it's good to seek out help as well. Either if it's a friend or if you want to get professional help. There's, hotlines, there's therapy, there's programs that can help pay for therapy as well, anything like that. It's good to know that if you are between, like how we said, a pet peeve and a trigger, it's very different.
Yeah.
So, but it's always good to be aware of what is what,
mm-hmm.
and you acknowledge it, accept it, and you are able to work with it. So if you are triggered, you can control yourself. You don't lose that control of yourself, and you can, like I said, pull yourself out of it as well, like calm yourself down, or, take a breather, whatever it is that you need to do.
Definitely. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, did you have any more? We're good.
No, I think I'm good.
Thank you guys for listening. If you like what we're doing, please let us know, and we'll see you on the next episode.